All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Season 3, Week 7, Chair League. It's a Wednesday. This is not a voicemail. And with me, as always, is my co-caster, New Type. How you doing, New Type?
Leave your message at the beep.
Oh, I really hate those kinds of messages. The ones that like say hi, and then you start talking, and then they're like, that's nice, but
I'm not actually here.
I'm not actually here. Yeah, the Archer voicemails. Like the thing is, one of my college roommates actually had that, and that was way before Archer was a thing. And so when Archer did that, I was like, oh my god, this is what is this?
I think I know who it is too.
Oh, you know exactly who it is.
Yeah. So we've got a placement match tonight. We've got Team Wizard WZRD, excuse me. Wizard versus All Rush Core. Both teams working their way through their placement matches, looking to see, at this point in the season where they'll end up potentially next season. Wizard currently 1-0 in their placement matches, and All Rush Core 2-0. Looking to finish out their placement matches, maybe get one good game in before the end of the season here. But so far, we've gotten some responses from both teams, and I think we're gonna be rocking and rolling shortly here. Yeah, I love these placement matches, dude.
Oh, I was gonna say the exact same thing. I mean, they're ready, they're raring to go.
Mm-hmm.
They're not jaded.
Yeah, it's the salt of the earth, these placement teams, these new teams. They really want in. They're chomping at the bit. They're hankering for games. And, they turn up. I don't think we've ever had a no-show in placement matches.
Mm-hmm.
We've had no-shows all over the board, all sorts of divisions, all the way up to the big pro divisions. We've had teams just not show up. Yeah. And placement matches, I feel people really come hungry, and we're always glad to cast these.
Oh yeah, they're so much fun because you never know. You never know if these teams have portrait synergy like a Wizard does, and and we'll see. This is a public shout out. Make your portraits all the same. It helps.
I can attest to this. It's a little known fact that having your whole team on the same portrait nets you about a 5% faster XP gain and about 15% more damage. This is a new type fact, and it shall not be disputed. We've got the best facts here, folks.
Is it a rock fact? So is the season.
Who we got? Where are we gonna be dancing here today, Seth?
Well, so about the actual game itself, we are going to be on Towers of Doom, and that is by far one of my favorite maps where you can't hit the core directly.
It's one of my favorite maps too, where you can't hit the core directly. I'd say it's one of our more popular maps.
It is. It really is.
I'd say this and Infernal Shrines get a lot of play in Chair League. It seems to be a favorite of the community. I think one nice thing about Towers of Doom is you can kind of make a mistake in the late game, and it won't instantly lose the game for you.
Mm-hmm.
Not the same way that it does on other maps, where if you make a mistake at level 20, you just instantly lose the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll put you behind. It'll put you even further behind, but, it's not an instant loss just, getting a full team wipe on 20.
Yeah. And you know what? It gives people a chance to make those team wipe mistakes and come back from them, and it also gives them a chance to go to level 20 talents.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes you build more late game oriented, or you're better at late game oriented strats. So
All Rush Core. I don't know how they're going to actually handle this one with no core to actually rush.
I was wondering where you're going with that.
They're actually going to be in a bit of a bind there with no way to actually hit the core directly. So they may need to. We've been talking about portrait synergy. They may have to work on their team name synergy and ability there. And it looks like we're going to be getting started soon, aren't we, buddy?
Yes, sir. Momentarily.
So it looks like the draft links are going to be going out shortly here. We've got a brand new drafting interface, all shiny and chrome for you guys. It
Go ahead
is.
And switch over to it.
It's pretty nice looking. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Did some customizations on it. Just to make it look even better on our stream here. Just saying. So,
nothing but the best for you guys. We've got the best. We got the best host here. We've got the best, whiskey review segment. We've got the best drafting tools.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Will Wizard be countered by banning Li Ming? This is our chat's asking the smart questions here.
It's true though.
We trained them up good. They're sharp here.
Yep. So looks like both teams are ready, and we are in it to win it here with the first bans.
So Wizard is our home team, so they will get the first pick in the first ban. And the question that's on everyone's mind is, where will Samuro end up in this draft?
Well, he's not the first ban, so he might be the first pick.
I mean, this is kind of putting All Rush Core into a bit of a bind here because they have to ban Samuro or they have to deal with the potential of Wizard picking him up first.
Mm-hmm.
This is tough. And now there's always the possibility that Samuro isn't in either of these teams' stables. It's possible that no one of these 10 players has bought the hero yet, but given how crazy he's been in these last 2 days, I would be very surprised if nobody picked Samuro up.
Especially on this map. I think Samuro has a very very valid use with the split with the, was it Illusion Master, I think, is his ult that allows
Illusion Master at 10.
Mm-hmm.
All Rush Core is really diving into their time pool here.
Mm-hmm.
I think you do not want to be this stumped on your first ban.
Okay.
And they ban out Kerrigan.
Okay.
Kerrigan, before the advent of Samuro, and we see Li Ming picked first by Wizard, living up to their name, laying it in there. So it's possible that, Samuro isn't, comfortable with these teams, or it's possible we haven't seen Samuro picked in Chair League at all. So I'm curious if the maybe he's just not in the drafting interface just yet.
I don't think that might. I don't know. I don't think that's the case, but you never know. And this is Malfurion. I wonder if Zarya is going to be picked up too. I wonder if All Rush Core is going for the. No.
Nope. They're aiming lower, and they go with Chromie. I love Chromie on this map, dude.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think this is one of her trademark maps. Long range poke and interrupts are phenomenal on this map, as is the ability to sustain long team fights early in the game. Because you're going to get into these lengthy scraps at the objectives, and you're going to want to be able to win a full-blown 5-on-5 team fight at level 4.
Yeah,
and
the other thing is Chromie really excels at point control, where she can just sit out of range, and she's like a Sergeant Hammer in this regard, except she does more damage as a burst. And Towers of Doom, you know where they are. You know where they are when they're channeling, and she can actually do she can do a lot of poke, and
with Malfurion as well to innervate, she's going to have reduced cooldown. So one of her bigger, weaknesses, those high cooldown abilities, is going to be mitigated by Malfurion on the heals. Vala and ETC are picked up by Wizard as we enter the second ban phase. We're going with classic heroes here from Wizard. Vala has been, her W build has been really excellent for quite some time. Gives you a lot of nice long range. Like we said, long range poke is a serious thing on this map.
Yeah. Now here's a question: do you think Li Ming's going to go Wave of Force or Disintegration? ETC is on their team, so they don't have to really worry about the Wave of Force interrupt, right?
Right now, there are no interrupts. Samuro is finally banned. He's banned second here, which is a shocker to me. And Alarak is banned by Wizard. That's a good call. It helps. It takes one of the more dangerous melee bruisers out of the game. Alarak can dive the backline very easily. A silence on Li Ming is devastating. And we see Sylvanas picked up by All Rush Core as well as Muradin. So their lineup is pretty set right now. They are going to be really, really looking to draw these team fights out. Muradin with third win can absolutely just he can walk away from any fight and walk right back in 4 or 5 seconds like a whole new, brand new hero. Malfurion, really, really good and efficient with his mana and his teammates' mana, so look for these long poke fights where Chromie's just going to grind down the mana of the opposing team's healer, of Wizard's healer. They may have to take Ariel to help compensate for that. We see Rhaegar instead picked up by Wizard, and who's their last pick here? I feel like you need one more. You might want one more frontliner. I think you want a melee assassin who can get to Chromie. I feel like Chromie is the linchpin of All Rush Core right now.
Do you think they're going to go two bruisers or 2 tank?
That's not a bad idea. I mean, the overall damage for Rush Core is really front loaded. It's Chromie and Sylvanas. Once they figuratively blow their loads, that's kind of it. So yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I mean, we'll see, right?
Yeah, we'll have to see. They're going into their reserve pool pretty deeply here to see what their last pick is. You know what I'd love to see?
What's that?
Chen.
I'd
love to see Chen here. I think Chen could absolutely turn this draft upside down and put All Rush Core on the back foot.
Chen's such a bully. I mean,
and we see a new
well, there it is.
Similar idea. Someone who gets in the backline and really screws around with your backline casters. That's also going to be a nightmare for Chromie trying to actually burn out a Nubrak with his dampened magic. Mm-hmm. Would have liked to see Chen here, though. I think I think he could have absolutely just dominated All Rush Core's composition.
Mm-hmm. So what's All Rush Core hiding here? I feel like they might be hiding something. You think it's going to be like a Abathur or something ridiculous?
I don't think Abathur. I think Muradin's kind of lonely in the front. I think you need one more player on the front line. Because if you can get around Muradin, Sylvanas and Chromie are so light. They're so thin. And with a Nubrak diving in, I fear for their safety. So I would like one more hero with a bit of control who can potentially help mitigate the Nubrak. Maybe someone like Thrall. I could see Thrall being a decent pickup here. He's got Giant Killer. He can help mitigate the 2 tanks. Sundering can set up a good... Oh, we see Rexar instead. So, got the HP. They've got the point control. I mean, this is a really good pick as well. Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be... Rexar is really got a good means of preventing those Anubrak dives. Misha can really help stun the Anubrak. And I'm just concerned, of the damage that All Rush Core has. They're very much reliant on Chromie and Sylvanas to do that damage for them, whereas Wizard has a nice range of close range melee damage, auto attack damage between Anubrak, Rhaegar, and ETC. You've got spell damage with Vala and Li Ming. Vala with auto attack damage as well. And I'm just worried if Wizard has an opportunity to get to Chromie, if they can pounce on that Chromie, I mean, All Rush Core's composition kind of falls apart here.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see, but honestly, the Rexar does do a great job at being a ward. So, we might see a little bit of that as well. But yeah, we are ready and raring to go here, and we're gonna have a game for you guys tonight. I'm excited. You excited?
I know. So we'll get to talking about who's playing whom here once we zone into the game, but we have to recognize Wizards' top tier Portrait Synergy. They've been playing the brawls lately, and if you haven't had a chance to, you should as well. You get 1,000 gold for just playing 3 brawls. You don't even have to win them. I mean, I was asleep at the keyboard for 2 of mine, but you get 1,000 gold out of it. It's a weekly quest. You can redo it every week you want to, and this week you get to fight Punishers and kill the enemy team, and who doesn't like doing that? In the brawl here this week, so kudos to them for the Portrait Synergy. I like their draft as well. I think the Anubrak pickup at the end was a good, solid choice. Like I said, I would have liked to see Chen, but. You don't always get what you want, Sin.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. Chen has to sacrifice movement in order to shield up, and I think this might actually be a situation where Chen doesn't really work quite as well. I think Anubrak's better for the point pokes and the and just
maybe. Do you think ETC goes Mosh here?
I Yes, the threat of Mosh is important actually. So you have
I have another question. If Anubrak goes in ham, what options does he have if Malfurion pops Twilight Dream?
Oh, that's a good question. I think you rely on your ETC to back you up in that case. I mean, ETC can also dive in, and hopefully it's Anubrak in first and then ETC. If it's ETC in first, Anubrak can also just stun the person engaging on him, or web. I mean, but if they both go in, then they're screwed. I think they're going to have to do the offset, backline, frontline, and I think that's actually a really good strategy for this particular map. You have two sides to every objective, and you defend both sides, one with each warrior. So
yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one. I feel like Wizard has. I feel like the ball's in their court. I feel like they're the ones who are gonna have to pressure All Rush Core. They've got to get in on Chromie and Sylvanas if they want to really get anything done, or else All Rush Core can really they can afford to sit back on their laurels, let Misha just interrupt on the point, let Muradin interrupt on the point, and Chromie and Sylvanas can really just put the hurt on from very long range safely and effectively. So we'll have to see how the engagements from Wizard come out here. They really have got to be on point and find that Chromie.
But I think Pilgrim, the Rexar here, DC'd because this is a very long load screen here, and yep, they're leaving him
moving
behind.
along. Yep. Oh, they're leaving him in the dust, my friend. So we're probably gonna pause once we get back into the game here and give Pilgrim a moment. Give him a moment to come back into the game.
Yeah.
I can't read Pilgrim in anything other than a John Wayne voice.
Yep.
Hey, Pilgrim. Looks like you've left the game, Pilgrim. Hey, there he is. He's back.
All right. That's good.
Fill your hand, you son of a bitch. All right. So, in the left-hand side, in the blue corner here, playing for Team Wizard, we've got Sidon Wand on Anubrak. We got Jazzy on Li Ming. We got Lost on Rhaegar. Scarlet Storm on Vala. And Veles on ETC. In the right-hand corner, in the red trunks, playing for Team All Rush Core, we've got Srazix on the Chromie, we've got Malthrion on Malfurion, we've got Star Weapon X on Sylvanas, a Howdy Pilgrim on the Rexar, and we've got Diacism on Muradin. All these chat windows.
Yep, and looking for some esports in the mid here, but a very interesting split going on with that is one heck of a flank.
Yeah, it's like the flying V.
Yeah.
Wizard adopting the flying V. We've never seen it like this before. But the esports shenanigans not going to be had in the mid here. Some big damage going out on Misha, but it's Misa, so she'll walk away and she'll be fine.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I was going to say, somebody in the chat has asked about the talents. We are not using the default UI because Ollie's is pretty good in terms of these extra screens here. So it seems that Ollie seems to be the more favored.
Whoa.
Overlay.
Yeah, bring them talents up because we got things to talk about, my friend.
All right, so no dampen magic.
No dampen magic for Anubrak. Holy cow. I don't like this one bit. I think the whole point of getting a Anubrak is to get dampened magic, and I think it's a huge mistake to not get that talent. I think it's a huge mistake, and I don't know. I feel like now Anubrak has got to haul ass around the map, get those regen globes to get the reward out of this quest talent. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. So. Looks like they're going for a sustain build because Brogbrock is also sustaining, and it looks like they're actually going to try to they're actually rotating Anubrak and ETC together. That's a very interesting strategy, and they're going to try to take bottom here.
Yeah, you get a lot of stuns out of those two heroes together, and we are seeing pretty standard stuff from All Rush Core. No real surprises there. Force Armor is a good pick from the Li Ming, getting that extra ability damage basically block charges for ability damage. And Stiacism is really hurt, chased down by Scarlet Storm, and that is a huge kill right now. As the first phase of the tributes, the altar phases start popping up. Very greedy Malfrine gets pinned between Sidenwald and Vales and gets brought down. So greedy in that top lane there, and it looks like the first two altars are going to go to Wizard. Pilgrim leaves the game though, and bot Rexar gets pinned by Scarlet Storm. So let's hurry up and give them a pause real quick here.
Oh, all right. Well, that was kind of unfortunate. Oh, there it looks like.
And Pilgrim keeps bouncing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can do nothing for you, son. It's gonna be nothing but true grit quotes all night, kids.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you brought your 10-gallon hats.
Yeah. So it looks like Underking for Anubrak's second talent. That goes right in line with the poke abilities of Anubrak and his ability to just dive in there. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Underking's solid. I really like that. I'm so confused by Regen Master. Mm-hmm. When you're playing against Sylvanas, who literally is just ability damage, when you're playing against Chromie, who again literally is just ability damage, like why that extra 500 health, you're only going to get that at the end of Regeneration Master. This is important to think about. You're only getting that extra quest reward at the end of the quest. You're getting Dampen Magic at level 1. It's immediately kicking in. It's immediately taking effect. The damage that you're taking at level 1 is getting reduced right then and there. I'm just really, really, really worried that that's gonna come back and bite Anubrak in the hindquarters later on.
Yeah. Can we talk about dominance for Li Ming?
Oh, that confidence, yo.
Yeah.
I mean, they're feeling it. I mean, probably I would likely see a
oh, you guys.
So dominance, I mean, I would expect to see a what's it called, a teleport build from Li Ming here. That's the most likely thing we're going to see, with Calamity at 7.
Well,
who knows though?
The thing is, they don't have they being All Rush Core doesn't really have a way to turn in on somebody who teleports into their midst. Like,
I think they do. Roots from Malfurion, Muradin stun.
Yeah, but
Misha stun.
The roots, you're going to be focusing on your flanks. Chromie's going to be focused on people coming in, flanking in, and I don't know. It feels like there's some strategy to teleporting in and sort of coming in.
Oh, your boy ETC took Crowd Surfer at level 4.
I'm a big fan of Crowd Surfer. I don't take it every game. I don't take it every game because there are situations where the increased knockback is more effective.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Crowd Surfer does give him basically a disengage similar to Muradin's Dwarf Toss, and really does give him options, especially in.
I'm looking at the talents again, and I'm trying to find some synergies here. And I guess with ETC taking Prog Rock and with ETC and Anubrak consistently laning together, I mean, you are getting sort of two birds with one stone. You're getting to, you're able to get the Prog Rock regen globe stacks, as well as the Anubrak regeneration master stacks. But at the same time, like I cannot stress how strange I feel against such an ability-based team for Anubrak to opt against Dampened Magic.
And the thing is, Chromie took Piercing Sands. I think that's very smart for this.
That's a solid pick in general. I mean, that's sort of the generic Chromie build. But I mean, for this map in particular, being able to guarantee those interrupts at the tributes, definitely. At tributes, at the altars, at the things. We need it. We use buildings for our generic fort, keep, structure, whatever. We need a generic objective phrase that we use.
The point? The
objectives. There we go.
The thing.
All
do
right.
the thing at the stuff.
So they got the stuff and the things, and they're good. The Chromie can do the things. All right.
Well, I suppose there's an active chat going on in our game.
Hey, we got some top shelf banter here. The banter meta is actually this is psychological warfare here, kids. This is important stuff to take notes on. I hope you've all got your notebooks out. We can see the red team really establishing dominance with what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the last 9 chat messages from the two teams. So they're really putting the hurt on in the chat logs here.
I don't think that's
that is how it works, Sid.
I don't think that's how painting the map red works.
Yeah, they're painting the screen red with all of their chat messages.
Yeah. So, anything else interesting to talk about? I think.
Kind of. I mean, Vala's going for the most, stereotypical W build for Vala, like the only Vala build that there really is right now. Wolf talents, Dogi talents for Rhaegar. This is pretty standard for him. Helps him, beef up that movement speed. Helps him sustain in fights, which I think is really critical here. Getting that extra mana regen, getting that extra health regen. Muradin, I going full Iacona on his talent, and just refusing to show us what he's going to pick.
So the interesting thing I think is paralysis on Sylvanas. I wonder if they're doing that to get full value out of any, like, maybe sub 3 or 4 person groups going to try to take down a camp or not a camp. I'm sorry, a fort or a building of some sort. I think that allows them to do it with less people, since you're increasing the duration of. Is that the silence for buildings?
I believe so. Yes,
Yeah.
It increases the duration of her auto attack disruption. So potentially, a much easier time of getting those camps. Potentially easier time of making those pushes work. And we'll have to see.
All right, so hopefully we're gonna. Now that we've talked about all the talents.
Yeah, I don't know if there's much else. Loon's Grace, I mean, extra range gives you extra range on the Moonfire poke, so Malfurion with an extra opportunity to interrupt.
Well, more importantly, I think the Entangling Roots range. That is very, very useful in order to position yourself. It looks like the teams are ready, so.
They're calling for ready. Can we get
Well, I'm waiting for blue. Okay, there we go.
All right, so it looks like we are going to get things rolling again. And all right, welcome back, Pilgrim.
What's this?
There he is. So, Wizard with about a full level advantage right now this early in the game. This actually is really beneficial for them as they continue to rotate around the map, try and get those regen master stacks for their 2 tanks. That's going to be critical. That talent is so it's so binary. If you get it, it's great. If you don't get it, it's like not quite so much.
Yeah, and I think that's why ETC and Nubrak are actually laning together. Well, we were.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So a little bit of harassing the bottom. It might be just trying to make these pushes these rotations a little cleaner. And
well, they're pushing out bot because they do have a camp coming down that way. So they spooked Muradin a bit and pushed him back. But with Sylvanas down there, with third win and with Sylvanas supporting, that camp gets 0 value.
Wow.
Ulted right in their tracks.
Yeah,
by Star Weapon.
That paralysis really doing its job right there. That was very impressive. No damage done on the walls and the towers. That was
so wasted. The camp invade here is scouted. Stoicism is looking to contest, and here we go. We got a dance as Scarlet Storm takes a heap of damage from Malfurion, but it is a 1-for-1 trade. Rhaegar is caught. Both supports falling in that fight as the second altar phase pops. Both supports should be well on their way back onto the map before those altars finish. But the XP lead for Wizard dwindling a bit. They have about a quarter of a level lead at this point now.
Yeah, but All Rush Core does have the Mercs coming down the bottom lane here, and it looks like these might actually do some damage to the towers. We'll see. They're about to. Yep, there you go. And that's not really important at this moment in time, but later, soon.
And we're seeing Calamity from Li Ming, so it is going to be a teleport build, as well as Pinball Wizard for ETC. And we got a rumble in the mid lane here as Chromie gets a huge pile up of damage on to the folks capping the altar there. Muradin punching Anubarak, but no avail there as the teams are starting to split up a bit. Veles is really isolated on the right-hand side, but is able to sneak back out as Chromie's quite hurt here. And Stoicism has got to haul out as Muradin with basically about 300 hit points, and that is capped by Wizard there.
Yep. And Sylvanas tried to sneak. Oh, jeez, Pilgrim. Sylvanas really tried to sneak the bottom there, and it did not turn out well. The 4-man rotation, the 5-man rotation actually just completely deleted her from the.
Oh, speaking of deletions, Vala went clean across the map on my physics here. Vala and Anubarak buying that altar with their lives as Wizard takes a early lead here with 24 shots to 36 in their favor. And both teams though neck and neck on the XP race. So
yeah, that's actually really impressive.
That's really good for All Rush Core. They could be very far behind right now with the tribute shots, the altar shots where they are. This is where lesser teams are usually a full level behind, and you get to the next tribute altar phase, and a nice combo from Chromie cleans up Li Ming in the top lane there. With that. That temporal loop heroic that she just took.
Yeah. I was going to say, Chromie is doing a number on the other team there. Let's take a look at the hero damage numbers. She is
topping the charts, baby.
By and far topping the charts. I mean, just a nuts amount of damage. And looks like there's going to be a little bit of a rotation down to clean up these pumpkin sappers to try to get them,
Now, it looks like they're going to trade these out. Blue and red sappers, very little damage done as the middle altar is getting ready to spawn. Both teams have level 10. Alts are getting picked up. Rhaegar holding onto his ult. Still no ult from Rhaegar.
Is it
Iacona? Is it happening?
It's definitely going to be I don't even know.
It's ancestral. I don't believe you. Bloodlust type. It's ancestral.
Of course it's ancestral.
Curses.
Oh my gosh, and Vala getting blown up by that Chromie combo. Chromie is just doing a number on this team.
And the Twilight Dream actually really paralyzes ETC there. Gets bailed out by the ancestral healing, but no escape during that Twilight Silence. And the first post-10 team fight won pretty solidly by All Rush Core as they secure this altar in the mid lane here. They needed that to swing some momentum back in their favor.
Oh, and Rhaegar might be looking at his own death there. Yep. That time loop really doing a number on just anyone getting caught in it. Chromie's excellent on hitting those combos. And it looks like Pilgrim left again. No, looks like he's still... Okay, he's still there. Those potato
Pilgrim,
yo.
Yeah, stop microwaving stuff. Turn off your microwave. All Rush Core in the lead now in XP. They're scratching the back of level 12, almost there. And Pumpkin Camp at top does get a little bit of value. They do bring down the wall, and one tower remaining.
Oh
there.
No, and Pumpkin and Pilgrim.
What have I done?
And Pilgrim gets caught by that rotation there. And I'm just gonna call him Pumpkin. I don't know. Maybe I'll call him Pumpkin.
Why is Goblin Sapper end up in my head every single time I say it?
Well, because that's a Warcraft 2 unit.
It happens every week. I can't help it.
Yeah, it's the good old Warcraft 2 unit that was really, really overpowered. But Chromie really trying to catch somebody out. It's like hiding in somewhere, and there's some damage from her Sandblast going towards the Nubarak, but I guess honestly, it barely touched him in terms of health. So I think it's okay right now. But Chromie does have the
compounding ether.
Yeah, compounding ether, and she's actually completed that. So that's probably contributing a lot towards chunking these heroes, and just outright like, oh my gosh, ETC's gonna get like wrecked if he doesn't do something here.
Yeah, Sidemon dives in. In goes ETC to support. They manage to isolate Scientism. Twilight Dream, though, interrupts everything. Massive silences as, Murden is able to hollow out and get a drink. And that actually went, that Twilight Dream absolutely saving the day. Chromie does secure a kill on ETC. And, Wizard are going to have to back out and fight another day. Another team fight, one in favor of All Rush Core, as they hit their 13 talents early in that fight. And this match is lining up pretty closely here, buddy. 28-24 in favor of Wizard, but for how long?
And Pilgrim, just keeps hopping in and out there. We'll see, but looks like that those earlier walls that they had removed are probably going to cost them at least, I was going to say half the health of that fort, but maybe not so much. They are doing a retreat, and they're probably going to go back in with the mercs. They're probably going to take the mercs and perhaps actually take that entire camp. Misha doing a great job warding as the sacrificial pet.
Yeah.
Sadly, but she also provides sight for Chromie in these cases, and actually, oh, look at that invade! Look at that invade coming in.
In goes Muradin too. They are going ham. They want this. Star Weapon diving in with the Windrunner, but an ETC Mosh does interrupt and really mess things up. Big kills there. Misha goes down. Sylvanas goes down, and that was a disaster for All Rush Core. That mosh pit absolutely turning that fight upside down.
But Rhaegar has to get out of there. Chromie doing a number on Rhaegar before, Rhaegar's still there.
Yeah, and Avatar is popped defensively just to survive. That's a big win on top of all the kills that were obtained. And it's a 3 altar spawn, 20 seconds. All the members of All Rush Core are going to be up, though. And, but Avatar is down, Mosh Pit is down, and Beatles is down as well for Nubarak.
They are going, they're...
they go ham, they catch Pilgrim. Pilgrim is gone. Twilight Dream does not bail him out there, but a Wailing Arrow as well for the follow-up. That is one quiet team as the silences stack, and the death timers just start piling on. It's 3 for 1. Pilgrim, the sacrificial Misha, extending to her owner as well, but the sacrifice was well worth it here as Wizard winning out or nothing there, and the lead shrinks to nothing now.
Both
teams at 20 as All Rush Core, they're gonna get this bottom keep here, and they're gonna lay out Rhaegar potentially, and the damage is absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
And Muradin is there to finish it off.
Yeah. So that increased range on the roots, really showing its power at this point. The Twilight Dream and the Silencing Arrow just providing endless silences. They
couldn't
nuts.
do anything.
Yeah.
Vala couldn't vault away. I mean, EPC couldn't get away. No one could get away once that opened up. And there's a lot of damage as well in those 2 ults back to back. And wow, that was just on point synergy there between Star Weapon and Malthran.
Yeah, at the start of this fight, I would have said All Rush Core has a little bit of a lack of damage problem. But at this point, I don't know that that's the case anymore.
It's the Chromie. I mean, we talked about how if Chromie was played well, oh my God, speak of the devil. If Chromie was played well, they would be a problem for Wizard. And Chromie is being played well, and they just don't have a means of getting back there to deal with her. Sidon goes in and gets annihilated every time, and it's just not working out for them. They have not completed their Regeneration Master Talents at level 1. It's a 4v5 right now. Seidenwald has to burrow out of the fight and might get blown up here anyways.
Oh, that Ancestral.
30 hit points when that Ancestral went off.
Oh, and ETC's going to get blown up too. Jeez.
Like, again, you know, we talked about this 14 minutes ago.
Oh.
You know, an Uberac would not be taking this much damage if they took Dampen Magic.
Yes.
I really, really have to call that to attention.
Legion Master's still not completed. Prog Rocket's still not completed. And Chromie's finished hers. Hunter Gatherer is not completed either. Yeah, this is not a really laning map. I mean, once you get to these objective fights, you're really doing
so much damage.
Yeah, so much damage.
Rhaegar just cannot keep up. Rhaegar cannot keep up. You know, Chromie's Q is on a 2.5-second cooldown, and she's getting work. Big mosh pit though, huge mosh pit. Secures 2 kills. Misha and Malfurion go down, and Veles is looking for Stoicism, but we may find Star Weapon X instead, and they force all Rush Core away from the altar. Oh, this one is back and forth, my friend. 3 shots going in favor for Wizard. They need more, though, right now. They really need more. Pilgrim continues to pop in and out of the game. Rexar bot being pretty sufficient in his stead.
Yeah.
But you just can't beat ETC bot though. That's the true lord of all bots.
I think that's not intended for all chat there, but anyway.
Hey, I know that feeling, man.
Oops. Anyway, a little bit of a dive here on Muradin, but Muradin does get out, no problem.
He is in fact Muradin.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. And Misha is so brave.
Aggro bear.
Yeah.
She's looking for Leo DiCaprio. That's why.
Yeah, put your pet on passive there. Come on. But anyway, looks like they're gearing for some sort of chase here. I mean, like they're sort of positioning themselves in. I guess they're clearing mid, and then they might be looking for some weakness here. They are not seeing the camp grab though. The Merc camp grab right now is actually going to be detrimental to all Rush Core. They are going to turn around and dive them hard.
Oh, man, and a big pick-off on Chromie. That's the one we needed to go down. Stoicism is kind of pinned against the wall there. May be able to Dwarf Toss out with 400 hit points, but the follow-up is too much, and Stoicism falls as well. Nice swing in favor of Wizard. They finally catch that Chromie. They finally bring down Srazix, and the altar spawns at bot lane here. They have got to get rid of some of these keeps though, because 3 shots is nothing to write home to grandma about.
But this is interesting. They're starting boss. They're starting boss with ETC solo down, grabbing that objective. This is
so
very
cheeky.
split. Yeah,
it's so cheeky. Lost is getting pounded by that boss. Has got to haul out. Malphite may be able to kill him, but the greed is too much, and they actually get a freebie kill on Malfurion instead. And Pilgrim looking to potentially contest this, but Misha goes down. Another sacrificial bear to the boss, and 4 shots.
That was that was a very greedy play coming out of Wizard there, but it did pay off for them. Sometimes you have the you take these risks and they don't pay off. This was one where it absolutely paid off for them. They got a total of, 3 and 4, 7 damage.
They got 7 full shots, yeah. And that boss is off the table now, so there's no threat of that. That's 4.5 minutes now where the boss is not going to be up. They can afford to take a team fight and not worry about All Rush Core, furthering a potential lead with boss shots.
Yep.
Lost taking a nice chunk there from Srazix. Holy cow. Srazix has been so on point with their Q. It's absolutely unreal. Hitting everything.
Yep. It is really impressive to watch that Chromie play. Just queuing everywhere. Qs everywhere, all day, every day.
Oh, we got Tour Bus, buddy. You got Tour Bus coming up.
Oh, baby. That's
level 20 talents are just got picked up. Hive Master, Storm Shield from the Rhaegar.
Oh, and they're diving on that.
And they're going in.
Yeah.
In goes Chromie, they get her. This is what we talked about. They nail the Chromie early. That's a full minute of death timer. and that's a disaster for all Rush Core.
Yeah, Storm Shield picked up for Rhaegar, no surprise there. That means that they can definitely pick this this fort up, even with this invade. Although they're gonna just turn around and try to take down. No, they're just gonna back out. That's actually that's a safer play. They really should be pushing it because they do have 5v4 here, and they are all up. Like everything is up.
And Chromie's not going to be in town for this party. She's not going to be here in time. So this is basically a freebie. Vala's going back to potentially defend that top keep. That's a little questionable with 4 heroes up there now. I feel like you recognize that threat, you recognize that commitment, and you go to the bot lane. That is exactly what Wizard is doing. You trade 1 for 1, and you just you stay in the game. You stay in the game. You don't let them get behind. You don't try and let's take that keep back. Let's let's try and reclaim our lost property. No, go claim their property.
Yep.
And
trade it 1 for 1. But there is a single Merc camp up right now, and
raise that property value.
I was thinking that would be a point of contention there, but they are just leaving it alone here. They're just going back to take their own forts. Oh no! Actually, this is gonna come on. This is Wizards going really aggressive here, and it's actually really paying off for them
and Scarlet Storm did enough damage to the top fort that they're actually going to get their top fort in the top left here. The minions probably are going to be able to bring this down in time.
Yep, and they're actually going to group up here, and they're going to have the minions take down their fort. They're all 5 in front here, and it is 6-15 right now. They just need...
They bail. You got to bail here.
You got to bail. You cannot...
Avatar got popped. They popped so many ults there. Big damage on... You got to take Dampen Magic. 500 hit points did nothing there. Oh, I cannot harp on this enough. Oh, I can't harp on that enough. Big damage, crushing Wizard. They've got to haul back to that fort that they just capped. Scarlet Storm taking big hits as, now you got to stall. You got to wait for Anubrak to come back.
And this altar phase is now
triggered.
Is now
they're driving my blood pressure up, Sin.
Yeah, and look at that entangling roots right there in that choke point, right there. And Malfurion doesn't have to be in range of the tower for him to do that now with that range increase. That range increase is actually not taken a lot, and yet it does so much work on these fights.
5 seconds until Anubrak comes back. ETC looking to get in, maybe disrupt a little bit.
Oh,
they do
that
not
timing!
Get the chance.
That timing. Pilgrim capped just as Sylvanas capped their own fort back. They got 4 points of damage down there. So they actually were able to. Yeah.
Oh my God! It's 8-6, and what is going on here?
Oh, this is a close game. This is what we were looking for here. It's sometimes hard to get these matches in placement.
Yeah, sometimes placements can be really like, oops, these teams weren't supposed to play each other, but these teams were made for each other here tonight.
Yeah.
They're duking it out.
Yeah, I think we might have found new rivals here.
Yeah. Can we rig the system? Get these two playing again?
Yeah, put them in the same league.
Let's pull some strings with the boss man here. So looks like bot lane is where it's going to be decided. They're putting the hurt on Stoicism. Pots the Avatar. He wants to go in. Wailing Arrow silences Anubrak, and more damage is going to be dealt. The Unstoppable from the Burrow Charge prevents the Chromial from going off. That's huge, actually. It's a big cooldown that's wasted for nothing. As they isolate Stoicism, get some pain in there. And it looks like they are going to withdraw. All Rush Core manages to sneak out here. Stoicism a little bit caught out. The ETC goes in, gets a mosh pit off on Malfurion. Oh, that's huge. And that is 2 for 1. ETC for Muradin and Malfurion. Nice trade in favor of Wizard. And Boss is up potentially for another 4 shots. I don't think they're going to take it. They are posturing for it, though. They're going up.
Yeah, this is very dangerous. If you go for it right now, you're probably not going to... They're probably going to steal it.
It's not a secret. Like, everyone knows, oh, you just took the mid lane minions. Like, wonder where you're going.
Oh, and they're going for it. They're going for it.
Stronzix is going to sniff this out in a heartbeat, and he's going to dump a crap load of damage onto the boss.
Oh, look at that. Oh, my gosh. So much damage on both Rhaegar and Anub'arak.
I dampen magic.
Yeah. Yeah. And
they steal it. They push Wizard out and potentially steal the boss. This is getting so ugly here. Lost has no hit points. Lost should not be here right now.
Oh,
Lost
God.
should not be here right now. Lost has got to haul out.
Yeah, and they reset it. Okay.
They leash the boss and reset. Holy cow.
Okay. So in order for all Rush Corps to win this, they have to get both altars.
It's match point for both teams if they get both of the altars.
Yeah, everyone is up. ETC's ult is the only one that's not up. It looks like they might be just trading them. Oh, no, they're not going to trade them out.
So Wizard gets the first shot from the bot altar. Twilight Dream was interrupted there. It's Billy's who gets caught by the Chromie ult, but Malfrant is so hurt. 100 hit points is eventually brought down. The stasis actually helping Sidon there as more kills come pouring in for Wizard. Li Ming getting the reset. Star Weapon X goes down as well, and that is it. Since they managed to weather the storm of Chromie damage as Wizard caps the final altar, winning the game. GG. That's one of the best matches we've had here. I love it.
That was great. What a match there. Holy crap. I pulled up the stats here just in time. 124,000 damage coming out of Chromie.
Please rate the cooperation of your teammates.
This game,
I felt like you did a great job there, since you're getting 4 out of 5 stars.
4 out of 5. Whoa now. So where do we start here? Okay, other than dampen magic, where do we start here?
I'm so confused by that. I'm triggered so hard by the amount of times that Anub'arak just ate it from Chromie, and all I could think to myself was, that's considerably less damage that you could be taking right now.
I mean, Anub'arak was on the front line so much, and look at that, 112,000 damage taken versus the 93k from ETC.
From ETC.
Well, okay, so Anub'arak did also do like 3 times the damage of ETC. So
yeah, but you'd be alive at those beginning of those team fights. There were so many team fights where Anub'arak was either diving in or just barely trying to dive out. And that was so sketchy. I was so worried about that one. I thought to myself, holy crap, are they going to get the regen talents down? Is it worth, is not taking dampen magic going to be what damns them here? And it wasn't. But good lord, 124,000 damage. Jeez, dude.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. and you know what? I think the majority of it was the fact that she hit her compounding ether very early. She really focused on queuing every single bush, every single opportunity she could. Just not leaving any of those behind. The constant burst of damage there. Not only chunking the heroes early on, but just it was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. And along with that, reaching through time at 13, she then has the increased range. Shifting sands at 16. I mean, she was just single-handedly, she was doing the hero damage of 2 different heroes, 2 separate heroes.
Yes,
easily.
Chromie, you can add any 2 members of all Rush Corps together, and they would not equal Chromie damage. Yeah. You could potentially add 3 of them together, and you still would not have Chromie damage.
Yeah. So Chromie
that's pretty unreal.
Quite a number on. I mean, just absorb.
and kudos to Lost for keeping their team up. Yeah. I mean. How do you deal with 124,000 damage? How do you deal with that as Rhaegar, who, you've got a Q. That's all you've got.
Yeah. Well, you got your Q and you got your Ancestral, and I think hitting those Ancestrals really, really helped in terms of those healing numbers, and actually bailed Anub'arak out with, 30 health left one time?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Wow.
But whew.
Yeah, wow. is right. That was one heck of a placement match there.
Yeah, you guys earned it. So Wizard going up 2-0 in their placement matches. All Rush Core their first loss, and they are going to be 2-1, having now finished their placement matches. They'll be placed into a division. So best of luck to them. We'll be keeping an eye on both you teams going forward here. That was one scrappy match. That was like the end of Rocky 1. I loved it. Like you liked both teams. You were pulling for both of them, and they both were just punching each other in the face until the last second. It was awesome.
Yeah. That was absolutely awesome. And honestly, thank you both teams for putting up some really, really impressive play. The Chromie props, serious props on the positioning, on I mean, you got caught out once or twice, but everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah, it was only and it was only like towards the end there. Like the foundation that Srazik sort of established throughout the mid game was so good. And like the unseen hero who we haven't said one word about, but literally topped all the charts was Scarlet Storm on the Vala, topping siege damage, hero damage, and XP contribution for her team.
The thing is, Vala killed Malfurion. I mean, just she had his number, like, just every single time, and then Leeming just came back in and cleaned up. I mean, it was Vala in on the front, Leeming, just coming right, the cavalry coming right in, So, honestly, guys, scrim together. That's something to be said there. You guys are really close in terms of ability, and oh, you had to, didn't you?
Hey, man.
But yeah, that was a very, very exciting game to end our week here casting on. We're unfortunately done for the week here, but we'll be back next week for sure.
Next week's the last week of this season before we head up into the playoff rounds. So that's going to be very exciting as we go forward. We'll try and get some fun games next week. So definitely hit us up on the follows. I'll let Synth give our exiting spiel here.
Sure. Outro.
Mr. Corporate.
Mr. Corporate. Are you kidding?
We're big sellouts here.
Well, anyway, follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Synth Paradox everywhere. Frankly, I'm also all these videos are uploaded to YouTube as well. So go ahead and follow. There's a specific playlist that you can subscribe to. And this one will definitely be up there soon. And New Type is also now on Twitter, and you can follow him. New Type 2K6. He's on Twitch as well, but probably just hosting me.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm working on the whole Twitch thing, and soon, trademark, like Blizzard soon, I'll have an actual stream going. But we'll see.
Well, I forgot this match was a special request from Satan Wand. I forgot about that.
Oh.
Yeah. No, this worked out. It was fine. It was fun. It was fantastic. It was every other F word I can think of that was not the actual F word. It was amazing. Fantabulous. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't forget to follow us on the Chair League site as well. Synth Paradox there. What a surprise. And with that, have a great rest of the week. Keep cheering on these teams, and you know what? Follow these teams as well. This was a very impressive match. Are you pouring yourself another drink?
Oh.
Well, any last words there?
Cheers.
All right.
This is the same drink.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Cheers, y'all.